Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the John Wills Podcast. The title of today's podcast is Avoid Making the Same Mistakes Over and Over and Over Again. Before I get started, let me pause for a moment. And let me say this, for those that are affected in the California fires, I send my sincere prayers and condolences. I have family members there, I have friends there, and I talked to some of them, and it's devastating. And I also want to pray for those in New Orleans. Let's not forget about them. I send out my prayers and condolences for those that lost their lives in this last situation. So with that being said, on a lighter note, this past weekend in Dallas, we had a lot of snow and ice and things, so a lot of people was kind of shut in, shelter in. And I had a chance to sit down and watch the NFL Wild Card Football playoffs. And for those of you that know me, a year from now, I'd be coming up on the age of 75. So I've been around for a minute, and I watched a lot of football. But as I grew up, I didn't see black coaches. I didn't see black quarterbacks. And I see it today. Tampa Bay, black coach, black quarterback. Pittsburgh Steelers, one of my favorites, as long as they're not playing the Cowboys. But black coach, black quarterback. And Russell Wilson is Pittsburgh quarterback. And when I see Russell and think about Russell Wilson, I think about Seattle. Because he played for the Seattle Seahawks for about 10 years. And they took him to the Super Bowl. And so when I hear Seattle and Russell Wilson, I think about Seattle a lot when I hear those two connected. But there's one in particular that brings back something to me personally. There's a young lady, she's passed on, bless her heart, by the name of Portia Nelson. Portia Nelson was from Seattle. And she was at this seminar one time. There was a wellness or mindfulness seminar. And they asked everyone in the seminar to write down on a 4x6 index card 5 years of your life. We want you to condense it. Don't write a book about it, but just condense it into 5 years. And what she wrote, it really inspired me. It was so beautiful that I have to share it with you guys. So this is what Portia Nelson wrote about her life. She said, in chapter 1, I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm helpless. It isn't my fault, and it take a long time to get out. Chapter 2 of my life. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. And it still takes me a long time to get out. Chapter 3 of my life. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it's there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It's my fault. And I get out immediately. Chapter 4 of my life. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5 of my life. I walk down another street. Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I want to share that with you guys. Again, the title of the podcast is Avoid Making the Same Mistakes Over and Over and Over Again. And if you can, reset, refocus, and restart as many times as you choose to do so. Embrace your challenges, embrace the change in life, and continue to go forward. My name is John Wills, and this is the John Will Podcast. I'm sending you love, peace, and blessing. Namaste.